Well, Kotak Bank will declare its Q1 FY23 numbers this weekend, and we're expecting to see a good set of numbers from them. The net interest income expected to rise nearly 18% year on year, almost 3% sequentially. So, very healthy uptick on that front, coming in at around 4,650 crore is where the analysts are expecting it. In terms of the other income, of course, it will come in slightly lower. That other income number is impacted across banks this particular quarter, given the fact that interest rates have gone up, and that will continue to impact operating profit as well. Operating profit sequentially will fall a little bit, 4% fall in that operating profit number sequentially, but when I'm looking at it year on year, 10.5+% growth on a year on year basis. So that will continue to be a positive. In terms of the provisioning, still extremely quiet on the provisioning side, Kotak Bank. So clearly asset quality remains stable. Provisioning will come in around 350 crore is what analysts are expecting it to come at. That's around a 50% drop when I'm looking at it year on year. Of course, quarter on quarter may not be the right metric to look at it. And PAT is expected to go up by around 2,150 crore. So clearly a 30%, 31% PAT growth, 2,150 crore is where the PAT number will come at, versus the 1,642 crore PAT number exactly last year. So solid set of numbers and growth on that front. Gross and net NPAs largely flat. So clearly the asset quality will continue to remain stable. On the balance sheet side of things, well, of course, this particular engine needs to grow, and Kotak Bank has really demonstrated that in the last quarter or so. When we're looking at advances growth, expected to come in at 28.5% when I'm looking at it year on year, 3+% sequentially. Now this is, mind you, despite the seasonality of Q1. So keep an eye out for that number. Deposit growth slightly more tepid, 3.3% sequentially, but 12.5% when I'm looking at it year on year. The CASA is expected to grow around 13.5+% on a year on year basis, and the CASA ratio is expected to improve by around 20 to 30 bips to that 61% mark. Mind you, Kotak continues to lead on that CASA front. In terms of what to look out for, well, of course, the NIMs, which are expected to come in largely stable, 4.8%, but quite elevated. So keep your eye out on that. And of course, asset quality on the SME side of things. And of course, unsecured. Kotak has been doing a lot of unsecured as well. So keep an eye out on how asset quality is playing out on those two fronts.